I think that's working. So yes, hi everyone. I'm Ollie. I'll be covering for Vidyamala this evening. So I'm Breathworks marketing coordinator, and I'm also a Breathworks teacher. So sorry, let me just out this Zoom setup. Cool. No, still people joining. This. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks fine. So, yes, so I wanted to do what in Breathworks we call the Treasure of Pleasure meditation. So if you've done a Breathworks course, you'll have done this before. It's essentially a meditation where you're focusing on the pleasant aspects of experience. It's like a focusing on the good meditation. And there are a few reasons why this meditation fits into courses. One is just that it's a very pleasant thing to do. It's there may be a lot of pleasant things in experience that it can be easy to overlook. Like if you're feeling warm, if you're feeling comfortable, if you're not hungry or sick, and so on. And it can be really nice just to notice that you don't need a lot to develop this feeling of kind of well-being. So that's one reason. It's just that it feels really good to do it. Another is that and one of the reasons that it's kind of in Breathworks courses is that it helps to overcome this thing called the negativity bias. So you see some nods, so you've probably heard of that before, but basically negativity bias is this tendency that most people have most of the time, where it's kind of easier to notice the negative stuff, unpleasant stuff, than pleasant, positive stuff. So if there's 10 good things and one bad thing, it's much easier to notice the one bad thing than the 10 good things. And so this meditation, kind of focusing on the good, is just a way of sort of countering that tendency to like preferentially notice bad stuff, unpleasant stuff. You're kind of like nudging your attentional bias more towards noticing the pleasant stuff in experience as well. So it feels good to do it. It overcomes the negativity bias. And one other reason is that it just helps you to meditate as well. It's just easier to meditate when you have this kind of focus on the good. So you've probably had this experience of one part of the mind wants to meditate, it's kind of trying to meditate, and then there's another part of the mind, or possibly many parts of the mind, which are sort of wanting to do something else, trying to do something else, like fantasize or worry or plan or whatever it is, go and have some soup or something like that. And if you try and just like force your attention to stay on the meditation and just like clamp down and try harder, it kind of just increases this conflict between the sort of different parts of your mind, and it kind of just creates more frustration, and which tends to create more distractions and so on. So instead of doing that, an easier thing to do and a much more pleasant thing to do is just to kind of enjoy your practice as much as you can. So when your practice and kind of when your meditation is bringing you a real sense of well-being, there's less sort of pull to go and do something else and kind of like think about something else or whatever it is. And when you're really focused on what's going well in your practice rather than what's going badly, it's much easier to get into a kind of flow state with it. So it can be very easy, and it's quite natural. Again, there's that sort of negativity bias thing, to get stuck noticing what feels like it's going wrong in meditation. Like if distractions are coming up, like that could register as like you're doing something wrong. And so it's much more pleasant, and it'll kind of make your meditation more easy, and kind of get more in the flow of it, just noticing what's going well in meditation. So I've noticed, feeling good. You're kind of like, if you're doing mindfulness of the breathing meditation, you could notice like, I'm aware of the breath. This is great. And not you're kind of like trying to just vigilantly prevent anything from going wrong or something like that. Yeah. So it feels good. It kind of helps overcome this negativity bias, and helps to meditate more easily. So that's what we're going to be doing for a little while this evening, focusing on what's pleasant in experience and focusing on what's kind of going well in meditation, rather than focusing on what's going wrong. So yes, I think it's probably enough preamble. So if you want to find a comfortable meditation posture, you can sit for 24 minutes or so. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable. I'm going to let you find a comfortable position while I go and find tissue. I'll be back in 1 second. Hopefully you've managed to find a comfortable position by now. So starting off, just to anchor attention, anchor the mind, just bringing a very light awareness to sensations of the breath. Just wherever it feels easiest to follow the sensations. If you'd like to, you can start just taking a couple of slightly deeper breaths. Noticing if there are any areas of tension or tightness in the body, just allowing them to relax. And now just opening up awareness slightly. Seeing if you can notice any pleasant aspects of experience. So there may be background sounds which are pleasant. Maybe the wind outside your window. Maybe even just silence, pleasant to experience. And if there's comfort in the body, in at least some parts of your body, bringing that into awareness. Noticing what that comfort feels like. There's relaxation, again, just noticing that. And if there is any tension in the body, you may like to just breathe into that area or imagine the breath flowing into that area and allowing it to relax. Just noticing that it feels good to relax the body in that way. But if there's not complete relaxation in the body, it's okay. You don't need to hunt out every area of tension. Just still noticing the areas which are relaxed, which do feel good. You can notice that there are probably at least some signals that your body is sending to tell you that things are going okay. So, for example, probably breathing, if you're listening to this, whether you're getting enough oxygen. And you can just notice, just tune into the fact that it feels better to be breathing than not to be breathing. If you're not feeling ill, not feeling nauseous, if you're not in pain, or if there are at least parts of the body which aren't in pain, you can tune into that. Something that we're usually very grateful for in the days after recovering from an illness. Just the simple fact of not feeling nauseous. But it is something you can tune into at other times as well. So if it's helpful, you can keep the breath lightly in the background, have a light attention on the sensations of the breath. Just to give the mind an anchor, stay still and not wander too far. But still having this awareness that's open to any sources of pleasantness in the experience. And keeping a very low bar here for when you're looking for pleasant sensations. You don't need to be finding anything that's overwhelmingly blissful. Even if there's something that's just very slightly more pleasant than neutral, be very, very subtle, very, very small. And in doing this as well, you don't need to be trying to block out or stop feeling any unpleasant sensations. So if there's any discomfort or pain in the body, any difficult experiences, you can still allow those just to stay in the background, not trying to push them away, but also not hyper focusing on them. So allowing awareness to be open to what's pleasant in experience as well. So as well as physical sources of pleasantness, you can also tune into any pleasant mind states that are present. So perhaps there's some peacefulness, some sense of contentment or calm at the moment. You can just appreciate that. And if there's not much, that's okay. Maybe you can, again, just appreciate the absence of some unpleasant mind states. You're not feeling angry at the moment, you're not feeling agitated or restless. tune into that. One pleasant mind state that you may be able to appreciate is just mindfulness. If you're feeling a little bit more fully in the moment with your experience than perhaps you usually are, have a degree of awareness of your mind, what your attention is doing, the kind of freedom in that gives you a choice over how you're using your mind. It's really something to appreciate. If the mind starts wandering, strays somewhere else, okay, you can just gently bring it back, tuning into the breath if that feels useful. And again, just opening this awareness to whatever is pleasant in experience. So now see if you can bring the breath a little bit more fully into your attention. Just getting curious about the details and the sensations of the breath. And again, just noticing what's pleasant in the sensations of the breath. Usually seems like a very neutral experience, perhaps. But what is there in the breath that you can savor? Even, again, if it's very small, very subtle pleasure. Maybe feeling of a coolness, the in-breath, maybe some subtle tingly sensations. And noticing as well that you can hold this general sense of the pleasantness of experience in the background. You might notice that after we've spent a little while paying attention to what's pleasant in experience, the general tone of awareness is more tuned now to what feels good, and maybe a little bit more peacefulness or calm. Just resting in that sense. Maybe just dropping the question, what's going well here? It's going well. So if you're able to follow the sensations of the breath, just for one breath, without getting pulled away by distractions, that's really great. If you're aware of any pleasant mind states, any pleasant experiences, and you can be more aware of those, and that's really great. And then in your own time, and seeing if you can maintain this sense of this awareness of pleasantness, this awareness of what's good in experience, gently bringing the practice to close. Open your eyes if you had them closed. Have a stretch. If you'd like to, again, just really appreciating it feels good when you stretch. Yeah, so thanks everyone. Thanks for being here. So yeah, so Vidya is teaching a retreat, I think, this week. So she should be back. Should be back next week. So yeah, thanks, Lisa. I'll oh, thanks for the nice comments coming in. Let me just allow you to unmute. So if you want to say goodbye, and now is the time. And yeah, thanks again, and see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ollie.
Thank you,
everyone.
Ollie.
Thank you, Ollie.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thanks, Ollie.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you and bye.
You're welcome, everyone. Thanks very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.
Great.